Hello, welcome to Do It Yourself with Wayne. Today we're going to do a video about our old cabinet here. Now this belonged to my grandmother. I remember it from my childhood. It's been passed down through the years and I have it now. And the problem we have is these drawers, the slides, they just slide wood on wood. And that's what we're hoping to fix today. We got this nylon tape that will go where the drawer slides wood on wood. And I'd like to give a shout out to my Aunt Dottie and her friend Alan for turning me on to this product. It's just a nylon tape. And don't worry about the brand name, because when this came it didn't have a brand name with it. But there's a lot of different manufacturers for this type of product. You can buy it at woodworking places. You can order it online, but it's a nylon self-adhesive tape for drawer slides and things of that nature. We've also got my sanding block. You'll need some sandpaper to roughen up the wood where the drawers slide wood on wood. You don't have to have a sanding block, but it helps, but just some sandpaper. And then I got some alcohol. Now after we sand these places where the drawers slide, we're going to wipe them down with alcohol because even oil from your fingers and stuff can cause tapes not to adhere as well over time. So we will be wiping it down with alcohol before we apply the tape. And then I got my fish scale. Now what we're going to do with the fish scale is we're going to measure how much force it takes to open these drawers before we start and again when we're finished, to see how much difference it made. And I can tell you, we did a little testing before we started, and this cabinet, the worst drawer is the bottom one, which is the width of the cabinet. It's a little bit deeper. So it's a large drawer. And to pull that bottom drawer out, it took between 11 and 14 pounds of force to pull that drawer out. And there's not much weight in it. If there was a lot of weight in that drawer, it would take a lot more force to pull that drawer out. So anyway, that's what we're working on today. We're going to make these drawers easier to pull out using some nylon self-adhesive tape. Okay, the fish scale is zeroed out as far as weight. And there I got it hooked in the center of the drawer, so it's a good even pull. And there we are, we're at 2 pounds, a little over 2 pounds, and the drawer hasn't moved yet. There it wiggled a little bit, about 3 pounds. There's 4 pounds. So we're between 3 and 4 pounds of force to pull that drawer out. And this drawer does have some old maps and stuff in it, so there's a little bit of weight. Okay, here we are at the top left drawer. Now this drawer is completely empty, so it is easier to pull out. I got the scale zeroed out. Starting to pull some. There's 1 pound and 5 ounces. It hasn't moved yet. It's starting to wiggle a little bit. There's 2 pounds. So we're taking between 1 pound and 2 pounds, depending on where it's at, to pull that drawer out. Okay, this is the bottom drawer that is larger, and it's much more difficult to pull out. I got the scale zeroed out. I'm already starting to pull some. And there I'm at 8 pounds of pull, and the drawer hasn't budged yet. And I am in the center of the drawer pulling straight out. It might be easier if I pulled up, but I'm pulling straight out because that's what most people would do. There's 10 pounds of force, and the drawer hasn't budged yet. 11 pounds, 12. There it wiggled just a little bit. There about 13 it moved. There's 12, 13, 14 pounds. So I guess between about 12 and 14 pounds it starts to move. And now I got my cat come over here to figure out what I'm doing. But there we are, between 12 and 14, 15 pounds is where the drawer moves out. And this drawer does have some stuff in it, but it's not heavy. If it was heavy, you know, with a lot of, glasses or something in it, it would be much more difficult to pull out. Okay, we're going to take our sandpaper, because right there is where we're going to put our nylon strip. We're going to sand this a little bit. Probably good enough, and we'll wipe that with alcohol. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. All right, that's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to take my alcohol and a rag and wipe those down. We'll let them dry good, and then we'll put the strips of nylon tape on there. Now I got alcohol on my rag, and I'm going to wipe that down real good. I mean, like I said earlier, even things as slight as the oil from your fingers can cause your tape not to stick well over time. And the alcohol will take those oils off. So we're going to do something like that, just to clean it really good. We've already sanded it. Now we're going to let that dry for a minute, and then we'll apply the tape. Okay, here's our tape. And when we first got this stuff, we really thought we had gotten the wrong stuff, because when you unroll this stuff, there's nothing sticky about this stuff. And we look at it, and it just looks like it's one layer. But if you take a knife, and you might be able to do this with a fingernail or something, and pick at it, you can get the backing to come off, like so. And then you got the sticky part. But before we do that, we want to cut the length that we want. So I'm going to cut it there. Do this again. I'll cut it there. Cut one for back here. Right there. So there's our two pieces. And like I said, we've already sanded this smooth. We wiped it down with alcohol. We've let the alcohol dry good. And now we're going to take the backing off of our tape and put our tape on here. Now our tape is wider than the slide for the drawer. And we did the other drawer first just as a test, and we found that it was better if we let the excess width of the tape go to the inside, because we went to the outside, it tended to drag the edges of the inside of the cabinet. So just push that down a little bit, but just like that. That's what we're doing. Cut that a little bit so it'll go down. But that's how we installed it on the bottom of the drawer. We'll do the other side the same way, and then we'll try to show you, if we can, the inside of the cabinet, because we need to put it on the slides inside the cabinet as well. Now at this point, we've cleaned the slides on the bottom of our drawers. We've cleaned the slides inside the cabinet on all three drawers. We've applied the nylon tape to the slides on the bottom of the drawers and on the slides inside the cabinet. So now we're going to see how much force it takes to pull this drawer out. Now this drawer has the same stuff in it that it did before, so it's the same amount of weight. And one thing we have noticed is some of the paint around the edges is sticking a little bit when we first start. Of course, we had that before, so we're pulling here, there's 4 pounds, there's 5 pounds, there's 6, 7, it's starting to move. But once it comes out and the paint around the edges are not sticking, so there's 2, 3, 4 pounds, 4 pounds, a little bit of 5. Where before we were 12 and 14 pounds out this far, still trying to pull that drawer, and now we're 3, 4, maybe 5 pounds and the drawer's moving. It's a lot of difference.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, we got our scale zeroed out again. This is our top right drawer, and we're going to try pulling it out. And they do stick just a little bit from the paint at the front, but there we are with 2 pounds. It's moving for me. There's less than 2 pounds. So that's significantly better than before, and it does have the same stuff in it it had before, so the weight is the same. So that is significantly easier to pull out. Even when you pull it out by hand, it just feels a lot smoother than it did before. Now we're going to test our top left drawer. Got our scale zeroed out. We're going to put it in there. There's, well, I saw 12 ounces. It's well less than a pound, not even close to it. Well, I think the highest I saw was about 14 ounces to get it to move. And here again, that's the top left drawer. And there was nothing in it when we tested it before. There's nothing in it now. But it just feels a lot smoother sliding it in and out now. At this point, we're finished with this project. And I'd like to give you a little synopsis of our drawer pulls. When we started, this drawer took between 3 and 4 pounds of pressure to pull it out. There is some paperwork, so there's a little bit of weight in it. But 3 to 4 pounds. When we were finished, we were at 1 to 2 pounds to pull it out. And it's just a lot smoother to the hand, the feel, just a lot better. This drawer doesn't have anything in it, so obviously it was easier to pull out, but we were still 1 to 1.5 pounds of force to pull this drawer out to start with. When we finished, it was less than a pound. Now the biggest one that changed was our bottom drawer. When we started, we were 12 to 14, maybe 15 pounds of force to get that drawer to move out. And that was even after we got out past the point where the paint around the edges were sticking a little bit. Even after we got past that part, we were 12, 14, 15 pounds of force to make that drawer move. After installing this nylon tape on our slides, we were at 4 to 5 pounds. I mean, that's well less than half, close to a third the amount of force to move that drawer as compared to before. And it's the same amount of weight in it. We put everything back in it that we took out. So there was no weight difference in any of these drawers. And so we do recommend this nylon tape for your drawer slides, particularly your older furniture items that for the drawer slides are wood on wood. They tend to be difficult to pull in and out. If you got more modern drawers with the metal rails or something, it's not what it's for. It's for the drawers where you got wood on wood. And it seems to do a really good job for that. And so in the end, I do recommend it. I'd just like to say thank you for visiting. Do it yourself with Wayne. And please like and subscribe to our channel. And we just hope you have a great day.